Charged because I was sitting in a car.
It's senseless. No video evidence. Nothing. It's just our right. Everybody know our right official 15. Wait until after the judgment. Wait after the judgment and you know our next step.
You don't have evidence to carry the protocol? Then you call the poll. Oh yeah, you know, I listen to Chemabele, the jack kept the poll while I do 5 o'clock. Why are you keeping the poll there for? You listen.
They're coming to talk to the superintendent, the representative, where they will say they will do they want it, do they want to do that one. Then they try and see about the road condition. Now my market in the bush, all of my black bone, some of my
where you say.
Well, I don't care about you. You're not in the courtroom where the proceedings go. From the witness testimony today, I know I'm innocent.
A police officer who goes to the bar for 7 different times, testifying lies, saying that I am charged because I was sitting in a car.
It's senseless. No video evidence. Nothing. It's just our right. Everybody know our right official 15. Wait until after the judgment. Wait after the judgment and you know our next step.
You don't have evidence to carry the protocol? Then you call the poll. Oh yeah, you know, I listen to Chemabele, the jack kept the poll while I do 5 o'clock. Why are you keeping the poll there for? You listen.
They're coming to talk to the superintendent, the representative, where they will say they will do they want it, do they want to do that one. Then they try and see about the road condition. Now my market in the bush, all of my black bone, some of my
Where you say.
Quite a loop on the traffic can be easy. And then when they want to harass some of the police out on the back, they can put out a silver violence, a silver contention, silver fight. Why are you?
So I see most of us lying no more. Therefore, to support for our family, not to support our family. Then they go big party and big peace. They used to embarrass us under the former President Ria regime. But since the government took over, we don't have freedom in real life. It's a big challenge for us as a motorcycle.
From City Plaza in Painesville City, welcome to K News Summary. I'm Emmanuel Gaswa anchoring this Wednesday, July 9, 2025 edition of K News Summary. Today, House Development. House Speaker Richard Nambakun has pledged the full support of the 55th Legislature for the establishment of the War and Economic Crimes Code in Liberia. Speaker Kuhn assured the Office of the Establishment of the War and Economic Crimes Code that the legislature will do all in its power to ensure the establishment and smooth operation of the code. It can be recalled that on May 2, 2025, President Joseph Yuma Braga renewed Executive Order 131, which was issued on May 2, 2024 with Executive Order 141 for the establishment of the Office of the War and Economic Crimes Code and committing $2 million for its operation. The move followed reports that the Office of the Code was operating on a sovereign budget of $313,000 and facing difficulties obtaining timely disbursement from the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. However, the office has faced major obstacles that have hindered its ability to operate effectively. To this end, Speaker Kuhn committed the legislature's support for the code during a high-level dialogue and working session on Tuesday, July 8, 2025, between the Office of the War and Economic Crimes Court and Liberia's integrated institution. Speaker Coon reaffirmed the legislature's commitment to offering the necessary legal financial and oversight support. In the same vein, Speaker Coon has revealed that a draft bill is currently under review in plenary, which proposes the creation of a special anti-corruption court dedicated exclusively to trying corruption cases. According to Speaker Coon, plans are on the way to elevate the existing asset recovery and property retrieval task force into a fully established anti-corruption agency. Justice Minister also has underscored the importance of stronger collaboration between the Office of the Establishment of the World Economic Crime Court and integrated institutions. Delivering a keynote address at the occasion marking the high-level panel discussion held on Tuesday, July 9, 2025, Justice Minister Toy highlighted that the cordial relationship between the court and civil society organizations will assist in creating awareness of the importance of the court creation. He pointed out the need for a friendly partnership between war crimes and court officers and various international integrated institutions that can be overlooked if the establishment of the court must come to fruition. Councillor Toa noted that fostering transparency and accountability in the justice system cannot be achieved without the involvement of civil society stakeholders. The Justice Minister has at the same time recommended the creation of a formal interministerial coordination framework between the court and national integrity bodies. The government of Liberia has confirmed a landmark mineral agreement valued at US $1.8 billion with the American-based high-power exploration company headed by billionaire investor Robert Farland. From Information Minister J Nathaniel B disclosed during the Tuesday, July 8, 2026 edition of the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism regular press briefing that the deal was officially signed and is now headed to the legislature for approval. The agreement is centered on the development of Nema Iron Ore Project, with plans to revamp critical infrastructures including the Yegipa-Bikana Railway to ramp up mining operations in northern Liberia. More than just a mineral deal, the agreement is being hailed as a potential economic game changer, with projections suggesting that it will create thousands of direct and indirect jobs for Liberians. The government says the influx of employment opportunity will cover a wide range of sectors including mining, logistics, administration, environmental management, and labor skills. Considering Liberia's high rate of unemployment, the Liberian government through the Ministry of Information, said the mineral-rich Nema Belt, long underutilized, will now become a heartbeat for the revitalized economy if the agreement is properly executed. And to this development, the Ministry of Labor has awarded 10 slots of the 2025 student vacation program to the disabled community of Liberia. The beneficiary, according to the release, the beneficiaries were drawn from several disabled organizations under the umbrella group called the National Union of Organizations for Disabled, with structures across the country. Labor Minister Councillor Cooper Crab Senior disclosed the information through an official press release issued on Wednesday, July 9, 2025, expressing the government concerns for the overall well-being of all citizens, including the disabled community. Mr. Crab added that the legislature is in line with relevant provision of the Liberia Decent Work Act and the International Labour Organization Regulation 111, which prohibits discrimination within the tripartite constituents, especially based on race, physical condition, and geographical disparity. Mr. Crab assured the president of the National Union of Organizations on Disability, Peter Flobo, that members of his organization selected for the student vacation program will be assigned to disabled-friendly entity to perform their assigned tasks with ease in consideration of their challenged physical condition. The Labour boss added that his ministry will in the future steadily increase the number of disabled beneficiaries for the program to provide them with economic stimulus and livelihood like other citizens. In response, Flomo lauded the Liberian government through Minister Kraft for being sensitive to the appalling living condition of the disabled community in the country, and it shows that beneficiaries of the student vacation program from the National Union of Organizations of Disability will abide by the guidelines governing the prospective assignments, the Labor Ministry press release concluded. The Solidarity and Trust for a New Day has condemned Police Inspector General Gregory Coleman for what it calls reckless and misleading statements intended to undermine the planned July 17 Enough Enough protest. STAND National Chairman Morwa Molu accused Coleman of fabricating claims that protest organizers failed to notify the Ministry of Justice and that some protesters might be armed. Molu described the allegation as false, defamatory, and politically motivated. According to STAND, a formal protest notification was submitted to the Ministry of Justice on July 4 in line with Article 17 of the Liberian Constitution, which guarantees the rights to peaceful assembly. The group also said the copies of the communication were shared with media outlets to ensure transparency. STAND has affirmed its commitment to a peaceful and lawful demonstration, warning that the government against any attempt to disrupt the protest. STAND Chairman Morwa Molu said any effort by the government operator to infiltrate the protest or incite violence will be met with lawful citizen arrest, saying no one is above the law. Molu reiterated that the protest remains peaceful, non-negotiable, and focused on addressing corruption, impunity, and constitutional violation under President Joseph Yoma Boakar's administration. The group also raised concerns that what it believes may be a deliberate setup with regime elements allegedly planning to plant weapons or trigger unrest to justify a police crackdown. STAND is urging the international partners and as right observer to monitor the situation. The chairman of the Independent National Human Rights Commission, Councillor Dempster Brown, has stressed the urgency for a full implementation of all recommendations captured in the Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Liberia report. The Truth and Reconciliation Commission investigated and determined responsibility for domestic crimes, human rights, and humanitarian laws violations. The TRC report submitted to the 52nd Legislature on December 19, 2028, provide a historic analysis of Liberia's bloody armed conflict, root causes, and 142 recommendations to promote national peace, unity, and genuine reconciliation. The establishment of the War and Economic Crimes Court to prosecute alleged perpetrators of human rights and humanitarian law violations made it to the list of the TRC 142 recommendations. Councillor Deston made known his position that the TRC report should be the guiding path for the establishment of the War and Economic Crimes Court. The revered human rights lawyer advocate underscored the need for alleged war crimes perpetrators to account for their actions. He added that for too long the culture of impunity has been the order of the day. Liberia's ambassador designated to the Federal Republic of Nigeria and former Senator of Maryland County John Balut have pledged to focus on economic diplomacy and deeper regional partnerships as he anticipates confirmation by the Liberian Senate. Speaking before the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Designated Balut stressed the need for Liberia to engage Nigeria with a result-driven agenda that strengthens trade, security, and political ties across West Africa. He outlined 5 priority areas, including boosting Liberia's presence in ECOWAS, building bilateral trade, advancing peace and security, and supporting African-led global governance, especially the United Nations. The former lawmaker noted that Nigeria's historic support to Liberia during the Civil War and said it was time to transform shared history into shared progress. The Senate Committee, led by Mosurado County Senator Ibrahim Dillon, is reviewing the nominees' visions and experience before submitting a formal recommendation to plenary. The Liberian National Police is urging organizers of the planned July 17 protest to strictly adhere to legal procedures by obtaining the necessary permit for the Ministry of Justice. Police Inspector General Gregory Coleman emphasized that no act of violence will be tolerated and warned that any attempts to vandalize property or disrupt public order will be met with firm resistance. Speaking on his official Facebook page, Colonel Coleman also advised those planning to bring along deadly weapons to desist, as the police will be on full alert to see any threat to disturb the peace and tranquility in the country. According to Konokoma, the police will be on standby and guard the protests in order to prevent violence and protect those who will not be participants of the protest. Aimed at expanding and improving Liberia Mercy tertiary education, the 54th legislature has passed 5 key education bills creating 3 tertiary institutes. The bill includes the creation of the Sign Language Institute of Liberia, River G Community College, and Riverside Community College. Also passed were bill to elevate the Moruba Vocational Training Center and Bond County Technical College to full university status. The Joint Committee on Education, Public Administration, and Judiciary on Tuesday, July 8, 2025, led a series of public hearings with education stakeholders before recommending the passage. The report, submitted by Nema County Electoral District 2 Representative Jan G. Flomo, Chair of the Education and Public Administration Committee. The decision marks a step forward to increasing access to specialized and technical education across the country. Scores of community dwellers in a commercial hub for Waterside has expressed serious frustration over the filthiness of the environment and the potential health hazard to their well-being. Speaking in an interview with K News on Tuesday, July 8, 2025, the Waterside resident in Electoral District No. 7, Moswala County, alarmed that the mounting pile of dirt in the area exposes them to contracting common diseases. Abel Mayanga, one of the aggrieved residents, urged the government through the Moruba City Corporation to take urgent steps and address the current state of filthiness of the environment. He emphasized that the filthiness of the environment has over time endangered the health and well-being. Mayanga noted that the area as a commercial hub places food purchaser and consumer at high risk. The Waterside market community dweller wants the government to speedily implement measures and eradicate the disturbing waste as to ensure the safety of their health. And for our final development, the Joint Committee on Compliance and Concession Review of the House of Representatives has adjourned a legislative hearing with the Nantl Liberia. This decision followed the company's failure to provide key documents and clarify issues surrounding Liberia equity states. However, Nantl Liberia has formally apologized to the committee for its initial failure to honor the schedule's appearance. In response, the committee accepted the apology and granted a pardon allowing the proceedings to continue. Nevertheless, the committee expressed serious concern over Nantl's inability to justify why Liberia's equity shares in the company was reduced from 30% to 15%. This unexplained reduction was deemed a matter of national interest requiring immediate clarification. The committee rejected Nantl's submission of what it termed a financial gain report, noting that the company failed to present a duly audited financial statement. The committee emphasized that the document provided did not meet the standard of financial report and called for full compliance going forward. In light of these deficiencies, the committee adjourned the hearing to resume on Tuesday, July 15, 2025, and has instructed Nantl to return with several critical documents. These documents include the auditing financial statement, rule resolution authorizing the reduction of Liberia equity from 30% to 50% based on corporate responsibility and others. And that how we come to close my K News summary of Tuesday. It was a joint edition of the News Report and Department of Cool Natl.
K News.
Well, I don't care, but you're not in the courtroom where the proceedings go. From the witness testimony today, I know I'm innocent.
A police officer who goes to the bar room 7 different times testifying lies, saying that I am charged because I was sitting in a car.
It's senseless. No video evidence. Nothing. It's just our right. Everybody know our official 15. Wait until after the judgment. Wait after the judgment and you know our next step.
You don't have evidence to carry the protocol? Then you call the pope. Oh yeah, you know, I listen to J Nathaniel B, the jacket.